Bryant, McFadden, Ryan Wilson here to break this one down, guys. I mean, throw out the records. Anytime you see a performance like that, it needs to be highlighted. Josh Jacobs, simply spectacular, and he's been that way for the majority of this season. B-Mac, I'll go your way first here. How do you put into words this record-setting performance by Jacobs?
Man, unbelievable performance. Yo, Joe, before the 86-yard touchdown run, he was just running through the Seattle Seahawks defense. He had his way through and through for 4 quarters. But then being able to top it off with a walk-off stretch-type run was unthinkable. I really didn't know exactly what happened in regards to how they won the football game. And then seeing that highlight, I was like, wow. But let's not forget about the total running back that Josh Jacobs has become. Yes, he was unbelievable in the ground and pound attack for the Raiders, but get this, he also led the Raiders. He was tied for the receiving yard lead today with Devontae Adams. 6 catches for 74 yards on 7 targets. He's become a do-it-all running back, not just in first and second down opportunities, but also on third down opportunities as well. You talked about what he's been able to do over the last few weeks. He's been in a tear. And remember I said last week, he's looking like the number 8 that wore the Alabama Crimson Tide uniform that led to him getting drafted in the first round. We're starting to see the physical nature. We're starting to see the burst, making guys miss, the reliable pass-catching skills out of the backfield. Man, he is putting up outstanding numbers, and it's kind of been under the radar because, of course, they're a bad team. But you got to really highlight what he's done, especially over the last 2-3 weeks.
B-Mac, we were on air. You just said you had no idea how the Raiders won that football game. Guess who else doesn't know how they won it? The Seahawks defense, because as you noted, they had their eyes closed, and I think that old Josh Jacobs was wearing an invisibility cloak because they had no chance. Not only that last play that decided the football game, but as you mentioned, the entirety of that football game. And the funny thing is, and this is something you noted last week, B-Mac, back in the preseason, who was in late in the third and fourth quarter of that Week 3 preseason game? It was Josh Jacobs. And we thought, well, maybe he's getting cut. Maybe he's getting traded. What is going on here? They got rid of the Jonathan Abram. They released him early this year, the first rounder. Also in that draft class with Josh Jacobs. Cleve Farrell hasn't really panned out as the other first rounder of that draft class. That is all the motivation Josh Jacobs needed because he has carried this team for long stretches. Even though they've been losing football games, he has showed up consistently, and there is no better friend to a quarterback, veteran or otherwise, than a strong running game. We see it around the league. Yes, it's a pass-happy league, but if you have someone like Josh Jacobs you can rely on, not only to run between the tackles, but to hit a swing pass and let him get 10, 15 yards, that takes an enormous amount of pressure off the offensive line in terms of pass protection and the quarterback to make these deep throws play in and play out. So hats off to Josh Jacobs. I feel safe in saying he's probably going to be the offensive player of the week, and deservedly so. And the Seahawks, Lord have mercy, Joe Musso, they have 2 first-round picks coming up, and I have an idea of what they should target.
Most definitely, Jacobs did carry a questionable tag throughout the week here, but on Sunday, leaves no question about it. Thank you, gentlemen.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.